Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to my channel, Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're doing our longer readings from October 17th to the 31st, kind of the end of the month things for my Scorpios. Well, my Scorpios, let me be the first, maybe it's a little early, but be the first to say happy birthday to you, because your season starts kind of the night of the 22nd into the 23rd, okay, of October. So happy birthday. As always, when I'm doing my longer readings, I use 3 decks of cards. I use my Radley Valentine Angel Tarot cards, kind of gives us that main message. I then go to my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards, kind of fills in some of the missing information. Then I go into my Zen Tarot, my Osha Zen Tarot cards to kind of give us any kind of little pieces of advice. Yes, I pray, meditate, and infuse the decks with Reiki energy. But remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. I do have my Radley Valentine Archangel Power Tarot, no, my Archangel Power Tarot cards in case I need a little bit of clarification on the side, but generally I don't need that. But I do want to mention that. Now, October. I don't even know if we should just call it October or if we should call it Scorpio season. We have a full moon on the 13th. It is in Aries, and this follows that new moon in Libra that was at the end of September. This is new stuff. This is all new stuff. The thing about October and your season is that Mercury is all over the place here. So this is communication. Mercury is, the planet of communication. Then Mercury goes retrograde the end of October, like the 31st, maybe November 1st, depending on where you're at. And so if there's new things happening on that 13th, going on, and there's all this communication, surprised communication coming, just know that from the 31st, 2 weeks prior, is that shadow. So things can start to, things could start to really relive itself too. So be aware of that, especially that 2 weeks leading up to the that Mercury retrograde. Because if that's a shadow and it's starting to move, a lot of that will be going forward. Now, other things in October, we have the new moon in Scorpio. I think that's the 28th. And of October, but that is opposing Uranus, and Uranus is like the planet, or is the expect the unexpected. So whereas Scorpio tends to be a little bit more secretive, this is just plain old just, hey, Scorpio, you're going to be pulled out of your comfort zone. Expect the unexpected. The energy during Scorpio season is going to be humongous, okay? So what we experienced back in that June, July, it's going to revisit us again. It's expect the unexpected. Lots of new beginnings again. Lots of destiny being fulfilled, okay? So it's really interesting energy for you. And, you will be more affected than normal with this. Okay, so I think I told you about the full moon. I told you about your coming when your sun, when the sun enters your season. I told you about the new moon, and I told you about Uranus, and I told you about Mercury retrograde. So I think I've covered a lot. I know some people don't like to go onto Facebook, but I will post an article that I read, 2 articles actually, on my Facebook page. Okay, and that's Divine Destiny at Debbie. I try to keep it simple. Okay, so let's go right into the reading. The other half of the month for Scorpios. Can you tell me what's going to happen? Remember, I'm an intuitive channeler, so I hear things, I pick up things, and sometimes what I say is not necessarily totally connected with the cards, but the cards do kind of jog me a little bit. But I do share with you what the message of the cards are, and that then, 3 cards actually fell out as I was cutting. So I share with you the message of the cards, and sometimes it's very much the message. Okay, 3 cards face down, middle one, which to me means a stronger message, is reversed. First card for my Scorpios, the Four of Water. Okay, water is your energy. It is emotional, it is fluid, it's also Cancer and Pisces. And this is about, we've been talking that you've been coming to these points in your life, that, that there's been these opportunities, that there's been these opportunities of pathways. You've had choices. You've had choices coming to you. Maybe you didn't feel this way. Maybe you didn't feel like that you had a true choice, but you did. Now, you could have gone down one pathway that you might have really wanted to go down, and you might have said, well, I can't do that because it'll hurt other people in my life. But you still had that choice, and you made that decision with that choice, okay? Somebody needed to know that. And, I would rather, I'm not saying that, I'm not saying that you shouldn't live your, what your passions are, but whatever this is about, you made that choice based upon other factors, and you actually put yourself aside on that. Now, this is, again, the really high energy for your season, and to the point that it could be, and it will create opportunities. It will create, I'm hearing the word havoc. It will create, and I'm hearing, like, there's going to be some emotional havoc. There's going to be some emotional, the energy is going to be so strong for you. You may not be able to you will be able to, but you may not think that you can handle how strong this energy is. So your emotions, I feel like your emotions are going to be really elevated. You may, be regretting whatever that decision was that you made, and you said, I did this for this sake. You may be regretting that decision. And it's almost like you're angry that you made that decision, okay? You made the decision. It wasn't anybody else, but you made that decision, and now it's that like I shouldn't have done that. Well, but it's done. It's done. Now, again, when, we all make mistakes, that's part of our learning path in this world, in this life. So, give that up, and, maybe ask for another chance at the opportunity. Maybe, I don't know, but it's like you are angry that you didn't take the opportunity when it was presented to you. And it really, frost your cake. Frost your cake. Okay, so so the Four of Water, missing an opportunity, discontentment, or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibility. So just because you didn't choose that opportunity, and I think this was more the end of September. Well, actually, I think it could have been longer, but I think it was more the end of September into the beginning of October. Just because you didn't choose it, and you didn't choose it for very, very emotional reasons, doesn't mean that you can't ask or that you don't have other possibilities now. Okay, next card. This is the reversed one. The Six of Fire. See? Because you do have these opportunities. You do have these other opportunities that come. Don't get fixated on what is past. Okay? Don't get fixated on what you've left or what you didn't choose. Okay? Don't get fixated on that, because if you do, this is the opportunity that you're going to miss. Okay? This is what it is. And this could be any of those relationship type of opportunities. Job and career and work. It could be an intimate relationship, or it could be a, family type of situation too. But there's going to be this big possibility coming for you, and you really have to let that past go, because as we enter into your season, again, I said that energy is going to be so strong. It's going to be changes. That new moon opposing Uranus type of thing, that's going to be like, wow, game changer. Okay, that's going to be game changer and I think a lot of that will be for you, because the new moon is in Scorpio. New moons are about new beginnings, but it's going to be something really wild. And it's going to be like, where did that even come from? Okay, Six of Fire, fire energy, Leo, Scorpio, and I'm sorry, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, very fiery energy, and it's very passionate energy. So Six of Fire is victory. Good news is on its way. Public recognition or awards. So again, whatever it is that you didn't choose, stop getting angry over that. Move on, move on. Last card, the Eight of Air. Okay, air energy, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. We are right now in Libra season. Libra wants to keep things in balance. I mean, they just love to keep things in balance. And, you know, this is your intellect, this is your thought, this is your Wi-Fi. And this goes back to whatever this was, whatever that opportunity was that you didn't choose, you know, now you feel like you have no options. You have no options. But the thing is, that's truly an illusion. You do have options. Again, you do have these options. You know, for some reason, my Scorpio, you don't, you know, you get a very narrow pathway, a very narrow view, and you don't see what your other options are. Maybe you don't like those other options, and that could be very true, but the options are out there for you. You just have to make some decisions about those options. So, Eight of Air is an illusion of being trapped, a lack of self-confidence, afraid to take action. Do I really think it's a lack of self-confidence? I mean, well, it could be. It could definitely be a lack of self-confidence. But in many ways, it's this energy in your season, you know, with Mercury all over. So expect a lot of communication to just, I mean, communication. It's going to be like, you know, emails flying, phone calls, texts. It's going to be all over the place. And I do feel that, you know, once we get to, so say that it's the 31st, it'll really be like the 15th, 16th, that Mercury slows down and it's that shadow, you know, the shadow season before that happens. It is going to be all over the place. Now, Mercury will be retrograde from, say, like the 31st, November 1st, until the 20th, 21st of November. And then there's a 2-week after shadow. So a lot of this information, expect communications. I mean, it's going to be like, whew, the communications are going to blow your mind. You know, and I think that maybe that's where a lot of that, the stressors will be, okay? But the options are there for you. They are positive. You have to leave that past, whatever that choice was you made in that past, you've got to move on from it, because it's no longer an option for you. It's no longer an opportunity for you. But, you know, this and this is more internal. This is more what's actually the reality, okay? So let's go on. Can you clarify this for my Scorpios? Oh, okay. Ooh, that one fell out. Okay, I've got to show you this one. This one fell out. Love begins. Love begins. Maybe this is what's going on. You know, now love, you know, this is more a personal, intimate type of relationship. So this is, you know, number one is new beginnings. And, you know, and this could be adding to that emotional stressor that, you know, expect the unexpected. But this is about, you know, I mean, and you know, any of this is, you know, if you've watched me, you know, relationships can be about your job, career. It can be about, it could be intimate. It can be about family. So this could be about any of that, but this is leaning more towards that personal, intimate type of relationship, okay? So be on, I don't know, I don't feel, I mean, it could be definitely a new person in your life that comes in. It could be something, I mean, it could be one of those triggers that all of a sudden, you know, somebody that you've considered as a friend, that all of a sudden you look and say, wow, I think you're a little more than that. Okay, so let's go ahead and, oh, okay. I don't know if you saw that, but one card fell and then the other two actually jumped out. So these are the two that jumped out. Let's see what we have here. So love begins, the heart chakra, heart, love, emotions, okay? Now chakras are, and you can look this up on the internet for a longer version, but they are energy points, okay, in our bodies or in our spirit, in our souls, however you want to look at that. You don't even have to necessarily, just because you don't believe it doesn't make it not so or make it so, okay? So, but this is about, opening your heart. This is about, this is about opening your heart. This is about receiving. This is about giving. This is about, so here we have this, this heart chakra with love begins. So yeah, there's definitely going to be, and I don't go into necessarily the love cards, but my Scorpios, you got the, this is your season. You definitely got the loves, love begins cards. You have these, look for that new relationship, look for that new love, or look for that love to be rejuvenated, look for, but, the other thing too is, a lot of people, we all are looking for that, or even if we have people in our lives, we do tend to search for that missing piece of what we think is ourselves, is our soul, however that is. This energy that you're having, that, in your season, this is where a lot of this is starting to happen. It's a lot of this is coming into play for you. Okay. So it could definitely be a brand new person. It could be. And now if you're in a relationship, I'm not going to tell you to break up with that relationship because, a lot of times when the energy is so intense, it's like something that, it can burn itself out. Okay. I have to just say that. Okay, let's go to the next card. Triumph. Okay, 7. Very completed. 7 days in a week. Very completed energy. I do feel, and like I said, these are the 2 cards that came out. So I do feel that, I have to keep going back. I do have to keep going back to, this love begins. This love begins for me really, really strongly. And the fact that this is on, this was kind of like here, because I have 4 cards that came out. This is on that 6 of fire, which is, victory, good news, triumph. I don't know really, is that triumph in your job, in your love life, in your family? Yes to all, or yes to some. Okay, and this is that one. So these are the 2 that jumped out, and this is the last one that fell out. Okay, reversed. Intuition. This is where, and I'm really picking up that new moon for you, the new moon, the 28th. This is where that it's all, you're just going to have this inner knowledge, this inner, this inner guide, this inner, like the North, okay, I'm picking up like the North Star, and the North Star. Now, I'm not a navigator, but, I've seen books. I've seen movies, TV, and the North Star, that was always the star to help seafaring people navigate before our modern, equipment came into play. And that's what it is. I'm seeing like the North Star, and I'm saying that, you need to look to the heavens for your navigation. So now looking to the heavens, that, again, connect. Higher power, guardian angels, spirit guide, voice of the universe, your divine, whatever, the top 5, okay? Whoever that is, whatever that is for you. That is, again, I keep looking up, and it's like, it's like looking up and looking at that North Star and looking that for your navigation. And it's really, really interesting. Okay, now, so let's keep going. Any final words? Okay, you want to come out too. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be any final words for this, for our Scorpios. Okay. Any final, okay. 2 cards have popped. Let me pull for that 3rd card. And that's actually going to be the one that's face down. The other 2 popped up. So during this time, during this, the end of October, as we go into your season, as Mercury is all over the place with communication, as there is expect the unexpected. The full moon is all about new. And what happens is that as it goes into your season, all this new, your season is about, for you, leaving that past behind, leaving that past behind. And it's breaking the ties with a lot of the past. Now, it's a lot of that baggage past, okay? But the first card is, because of that, yes, you are going to need to have some courage with this, because some of the things you face aren't going to feel comfortable. They're not going to feel like, it's not like this easy time. This is not an easy time. And it's not that you have so many barriers per se, it's just the energy is going to be so intense. So you have to just, you have to grab onto that, you have to understand how intense this energy is. Now, because we are talking about how this energy is so intense that you're going to need courage, I don't know. I don't know if this is a warning for you to take control or for you to be careful of control. I feel that this is that double-edged sword, that during this time, because you're feeling out of control, you might be too much in control. And that in itself can cause a lot of conflict. Okay? So just be aware of that. Now, the last card, this is the one that's face down, and this one is traveling. Yep, you're moving on. You're moving on. You have to go down your pathway. You have to. This is all about, your season for right now, for this year, your season is all about your destiny. It's all about you moving to that place. It's all about you learning your life lessons. I know. I would rather have life lessons that say, oh, let me show you how to relax in your life. No, this is your traveling. But the thing is, it is heading into a sun or a sunset or a sunrise. And it may be a little bit of a rocky path, but it is a clear path. Okay. So those are the things that, okay. Now I said that we would possibly do this. I really don't think that there's any other clarification, but let's go ahead. Just one card. We're just going to do one card, see if anything jumps out for my Scorpios. Is there any other thing? Because I like this deck. I really do like this deck. Is there anything that my Scorpios need to know? Let's go ahead. This one will be reversed. It is face down. Put you over there. Let's see what this is for my Scorpios. The Knight of Raphael. Okay, Raphael, your energy in this deck, along with our Cancers and Pisces emotional. And the Knight, keep going forward. Keep going forward. So that's really what everything, so even though everything is going to be, the energy again, extremely high, opportunities, the ones that you have let go, stop feeling angry about them and resentful, let them go. Open your eyes for the new opportunities. This is going to be a time for you to meet, fall, renew, rejuvenate love, and keep going forward, okay? Committed romantic relationships, being swept off your feet, situations or topic that make your heart flutter. Wow. Wow, my Scorpios. So much energy for you. It'll be good. It'll be good. So my Scorpios, as always, know that you are loved and be blessed. Bye-bye.